Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? It's a snowy cold day here in Jersey land. So, I got a lot of questions about a lot of people have went and finished their goddess and everything. So, I I was making the videos so that people can go along with me if they want to. They can go on their own and do their own thing. I was trying to give enough time in between so people, because I know people work and stuff, and then people started asking like, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? So I apologize. Um, we're going to get to that right now. One thing I wanted to show you, I had shown you Annie's video, had tagged her video in my videos, and this is a page that I had done a long time ago. Let's see if we clear up. And as you can see, it's the goddess, and this is what I did. I love using black as a background, whether it's gesso or black paint, it doesn't matter. I took a piece of watercolor paper, and I did really cool technique on it, and then I cut out a goddess and then put a heart in the middle. So this is actually even different than Annie's. My version, I did not, this is not drawn on. I obviously drew it on another paper, I believe. I made this a while ago. But I drew it on another paper and then cut it out to signify her. So that's something else you can do. Again, if you go back a couple of videos with having to do with the goddess, you can see Annie's link if you've not seen it yet, and go and watch her draw one. But this just happens to be my page that I had done to show you that there are different ways to do this. The goddess that we're doing is not necessarily... it's more metaphorically. I hope I use that word correctly. Like it's like the goddess within us. I gotta put this here so it focuses. Like the goddess within us. This isn't draw a goddess and name her. It's, like she's Isis or, whomever, but Aphrodite. It's just more of the goddess. I focus on the goddess that's within me. And that's what I'm putting on paper. We're painting a girl. I call it a goddess, but it's us incarnate of the goddess that we're painting, if that makes sense. It's what comes from you artistically. So many people have shown me so many of their goddesses that they have done, and each and every one are different. And even if you follow what I do, step by step, yours will be different. And I think that's wonderful. I love being tagged. I love knowing that you have videos and that you're on YouTube. Always tell me so I can sub. And I'm just very happy with what y'all are doing. I think it's wonderful. So, a few things I want to say. Well, I'll do it at the end. So that way then whoever doesn't want to listen to me talk don't have to. But I want to say, I'm going to give a shout out to everyone because everybody who's tagging me, everybody who's doing them, they're absolutely beautiful in such different ways and different ways to look at them. And like I said, this isn't a Wiccan thing. This is the goddess within you kind of thing. That's the way I want you to look at it. I don't want you to sit and think that I'm pushing anything on you. We're not doing, I don't know. That's why I said, like, mimic what speaks to you. Like, if you wanted to have brown curly hair, or you wanted to have your kind of hair, or pink hair, or whatever you want, it's you. It's yours. It comes from you. So, having said that, okay, so we have my goddess, and obviously she's going to be too big for my canvas. Now, I'm using a canvas. This is a... It doesn't say the size. That means I have to measure, which I'm so good at measuring. So it looks like it's about 11 and a half. It's probably 8 and a half. Yep, 8 and a half by 11 and a half. In England and other places, I don't exactly know what you do, but you know what your measurements are. But here it's 8.5 by 11.5. So she's going to go this way, and I know that. I'm not putting her on here yet. What we're going to do now is a background. And as I said before, I don't want to, I'm not mixed media-ing this out because I want her to be our main focus with the background blending in. If you guys have seen my other goddess, my orange one, which is my main picture on YouTube, then I've had it on my Facebook before. You've seen her. You know, she's the main picture. The background's more light. Now, something else. I'm working on a canvas. I bought a pack of these canvases. They came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at Michael's with a coupon. Or they were 40% off at the time. Because I'm going to be starting to make art and selling it, I want to make it and keep them affordable. So, and easy to ship also. So internationally, I have a lot of international subs. Well, I'll talk about that when I'm done. I have to write it down though, because I'll forget. And I'm writing upside down because I'm a dork. So excuse me. Okay. So I like to keep things in, you know, in a decent size to be able to send internationally or whatever. So this is a great size. Now, something else that is great to do, and I'm going to also be doing, is working on watercolor paper and making paintings on watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is wonderful. You can use your coupon, go to your store, your closest craft store, use it and buy it. I say buy the biggest size that you can afford, and you can always cut them in half, you know, rip them in half and use them like that, or use them in a big way, cut them in pieces. You know, you can do so many different things with them. If you can't afford watercolor paper, of course, buy mixed media. If you don't have mixed media paper to do this on, get a cereal box, cut out your cardboard. We've talked about this a million times. Use cardboard. I save cardboard from so much. I save cardboard from my water bottles that we buy. The bottom part is cardboard, and I save that. So you can use that. You can use anything. So don't think that you know, that you can't be, I'm trying to get everything in here, that you can't be doing any of this kind of stuff because, oh, I don't have paints. Oh, I don't have canvas. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. Use crayons and paper. It doesn't matter. The point is you're creating. And that is what I tell you guys all the time. We're here to create. We're not here to win awards and anything else. It's that when you're done creating, that you look at it and you're like, wow, I did that. And that's what the most important thing is. So please remember that. I can't stress it enough. If you have printer paper, I've told you before, glue 2 pieces together just to make it a little bit sturdier. Throw a piece of white, thing of white paint on it, and so it's your gesso. It'll also make it more stronger for yourself, and then go to town on it because you know what I mean? It's going to be fine. So don't ever hesitate. You know, mixed media is not just throwing all kinds of papers on something. It's mixing media. I'm going to be mixing, you know, stamps with molding paste, with, you know, a drawing with acrylic paint. Who knows what you know what I mean? Like, so it's mixing different medias that you use. And that's the main point. It doesn't mean to cover everything with paper all the time and throw something on top and call it mixed media. I love that. It's relaxing to me. It's mindless in a sense, and I love it. But in this case, for this one we're not necessarily doing that. We want our main thing to be, when you look at it, you see that goddess. So having said that, and that I guess is my word for the day, I'm just going to start with some folk art, metallic, what is it? Metallic Inca gold. And whatever gold you have, you can use. And I'm going to, now when I buy these canvases, and I buy a lot of canvases, I do have regular canvases also. They're primed. okay, which means they have gesso on them already. Now, I'm going to give this just a light spray of water. So you don't have to gesso these. That is one nice thing, but some people still continue to gesso them, and I think that's fine. I think you do whatever the heck you want to do. I don't. You know, I like getting, I don't want to get my pen painty because everything in my room is painty. You know, like I said, it's up to you whether you want to gesso. Now this is a gold, and I'm just giving a light wash. And I don't know if you can see, and I'm going to see if you can see, but I don't think you can see. Unless you're using the gold, the metallic gold, which is basically all it is. It's just named Inca gold. And I have like 5 million different color golds of metallic. All right. And I kind of want to keep the paint going the same way of the brush strokes, if that makes sense to you. And don't worry about every piece because we're going to be adding more. But let's see if you can see the glittery, the shininess. That's kind of, yeah, you can kind of see it. But because it's so, like, stripy, you know, because I didn't put too much on and I put a little water. Let's see up here. Oh, I just banged I hit my funny bone. Bless you, hon. So you can kind of see it. But you know if you're doing it on yours, you're going to get it. And we're going to get some more gold on there. I'm not sweating about that too much. But I am, however, right now, I'm going to take my heat gun. And I'm going to give it a quick dry. And it'll dry quickly. Oh, my God, my elbow. It'll dry quick because of the water. Will absorb out. And excuse my camera because, you know, with the white, the light color, it goes in and out. But I want this, I'm going to try to dry basically my layers, because I don't necessarily want them to mix that much. And it doesn't matter if you do. It doesn't matter if mine do. It's just something that I'm doing. Now, I have a color. I'm trying to stick with the, I'm going to do her hair. I believe I'm going to do her hair kind of like my hair color, which we don't really know what the real hair color is. But I'm going to try to do a brown gold as my hair. So I'm going to try to stick with nature, like a nature color, nature's colors, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but now this is called green gold, and this is from Golden. Now you don't have to have green gold. What you can do is take a color green, like grass green, squirt some in your palette or whatever you work on, and then take some of your gold and mix it in, do 1 squirt of water, and then mix it together, and you have green gold. How do you like me now? Golden. So you've just made your own green gold color. Now I'm not, and I need to buy more because I use this like crazy. I don't know if they have this in, and they very well could, in the acrylic paint section, you know, the craft paints and stuff like that. I know they have them obviously in Golden and Liquitex, but I don't know in the, which I'm sure they probably do, but in the craft paints. And next time I go to the store, I haven't been to the store in a while, I'm going to look. But otherwise, just mix it up, baby. Just mix up your green with some gold. And I'm just going to do some drops, because I don't want it necessarily all over. And I know that my goddess is going to go probably off center somewhere on this painting. I don't really know where, but I'm just going to drag down my colors. Kind of looks like baby diarrhea right now, but trust me. And because I'm dragging, I'm getting it on my brush. Now I'm going to go over it. And I'm not going to wet this layer. And I still want some of the gold to come through, and I'm going to show you. And if I would have cleaned my desk off a little bit more. I have so many things to do and make and videos to make and all kinds of stuff. Like I have my stuff sitting out and I got a lot going on. I helped my daughter today. By the way, I said the other day she got the bottom of her lip pierced. It wasn't. She got a Monroe. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. I can't think. I'm not allowed to think. My brain says, you ain't allowed to think, girl. And and that's what she got. All right, so now we kind of got it covered. And it's green gold, and I really dig this color, and I like the striation in the thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some bubble wrap, and we all have bubble wrap. If you don't have bubble wrap, use your paper towel, because you know you get texture from that. And I'm going to give it a really light squirt of water. Not going to touch it. And I'm going to lay this down. And if you only have a small piece, you just do section by section. This was a piece I got from something that I coveted and I do not let go. And if I get a little orange on my painting from it, I don't care. I want to push in those popped ones that I was OCD about and had to pop because I'm a child at heart. And yet, some of these bigger ones that aren't popped have wrinkles in them. And I'm just going to keep pushing. And pushing it good. Push it good. And don't forget them bottoms, because I'm always, like, go around the bottom and sides, because I'm always forgetting. And like I said, use, yeah, baby. Now, if I was smart, which I never am when I'm doing videos, I would have a piece of something next to me that I could push this in. Do I? I don't think I do. I have this piece of printer paper. I'm going to move this for a second, but I hope you can see the beauty. And if you use your paper towel, you're going to get the same thing. But let's just see, because I don't bore you enough with all my, like if I had my art journal sitting here, gosh, I wish I was just remember these things. And make sure you get them sides and that bottom. Push it good. All right, we've been there. But it still goes through my head, even though we've been there. Look at that great texture. Now I can just keep building up all my extra whatever I use. Put you over there, baby doll. And then, even though this is a piece of printer paper, this is permanent acrylic paint. So as I build up texture and my off, you know, extra paints and stuff that I get from whatever, I build this up. I cut this. I use this in a mixed media piece or whatever, and it's all permanent. So it's not going to smear or run as if it was watercolor or your sprays. So you're essentially making your own scrapbook paper. I know. You don't have to thank me. Oh gosh, a little stomach. I always have stomach issues. Well, I know I have stomach issues. Now I'm going to blow it dry because I want to hit every layer. I don't think the dog hair has to necessarily be on here. What? Peeling paint off. Nope, don't want to do that. Got the dog hair though. And that just looks fantastic. Now, whatever colors you want to use, remember, you don't have to use my colors. These are just what I'm going to use. Okay, now I can see here I'm missing some paint. So what I'm going to do is just go in. I'm just going to take a little bit of gold right here and give it a little, well, it kind of went on. It kind of had its own little idea what to do. I'm going to take my other brush and grab that gold. And I'm just going to go over. And it's a light, I mean, it's a, you know, a light gold. But I'm going to put it in. Maybe a little bit more. And like I said, you can use whatever gold you have. But because we didn't do our bubbles over there, or they didn't exactly do what I wanted them to do. And I'm not worried, because once we put our girl on here, right now we're just doing a background. So once we put our girl on here, like let's pretend like, you know, if I put her over here. Or I could put her over here. I haven't quite decided. Am I keeping this, or am I going to cut her at her neck? I'm not real sure yet. So if I did her, like cut her at her neck, you know, we have a lot more to work with here. I don't want her dead in the middle, maybe a little bit more to the side, but I want to do her hair. So who knows? By the time I get to putting her down, I might have her in the middle. I might have her right up here. I don't know. And that's something I won't know. So, something that I do is, I'm sorry. Something that I do is I don't add my extra touches until the end. And that is because, and that meaning, stamps or things like that, because I don't know where I'm going to put her. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of musical paper. And I'm going to, these are old musical papers, but you can use whatever you have. You can go, you know, to the dollar store or whatever. And what I'm going to do is, you can see my paper. I'm going to find my scissors because they're here somewhere. Don't exactly know where. My head is pounding like a, oof. It's called cleaning up. Okay, here they are. What I'm going to do is just cut out the musical notes. I'm not going to keep the words. I'm just going to cut as straight as I can. And you know I don't cut straight because it's just not me. If you want, you could put this in your, like your cutter thing, or, I'm going to cut a couple of these while I'm doing it. You know, if you really want to worry about it being straight, you can tear them. I think it's great to tear them. But today I'm going to see if that'll be enough. Which side do I want? Let's do this. I know I'm off camera, but I think it's boring for you to watch me cut. Okay. She's a young thing and cannot leave her mother. Mr. Garbage. So fancy. Okay. I'm just going to use my glue stick here, if I can find it. And doing that, I'm just going to use a piece of paper that I have that I don't care it's going to get glue on it. And I'm going to run my glue stick. You know, I love me and my glue sticks because I'm going to, at the end, seal everything anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if you don't want to use music notes, use something else. But what I'm going to do is kind of start over here and just go to the top. And if you have some hanging over, you can cut it later. And kind of give it a little push on the top. Just be careful because the paper will rip. Believe me. We've all seen me have ripped paper. And that little corner there doesn't want to stick, so I'm going to give it a little ploop and stick. Now, because I want that to continue through, well, you know what I'll do first? Oh, apparently I didn't cut the words off the bottom. I don't know. I shall now, though. I shall now. Okay. We shall throw that away. You don't have to necessarily throw away these little pieces. You can save them for mixed media. I have so many music pages, and I love them, but these little pieces, I have so much stuff saved everywhere. All right. So let's put glue on the back of this bad boy. Lift them off. Now I might only just do the top and bottom. Push it down just a little bit. And if it gets a little wrinkled, who cares? It doesn't matter. You know, I know I'll have to cut some of that off. Not worried about it. No, I'm not. Now I have this piece, and I will cut the ends off. Or tear them. Tear them's fun too. Very fun, and it gives a great look. I'm just not doing that today. And then I'm going to put this here. Try to match up my music. And see how long I need it. And put the glue on. And perfection, not worried about it. The point is just having them down. If you want to go over the last one or whatever, and then just push it. And you can see I have a lot more on top on this one, which I'll bring up closer because you can't see. I didn't realize because it's on the bottom. If you see, you could see the extra, like the whiter up here than over here, but it doesn't matter. It's just the point of having the magical notes. And they're magical to me. Now I just cut that off, and I'll just stuck my arm in my glue stick, so later I'll be sticky there. But I'm just adding, now that's not going to be big enough there, but I am going to save this because I don't know. Maybe, you know, on the painting, I'm going to add that on to her somewhere. I don't know. But I do have another piece here. This has some fancy schmancy. Sorry I'm off camera cutting. And I could put this here because there's that little bit right there, and I'm just going to put that there and run that down to there. And it's okay if you have some of your top green showing, because we are going to go over this with probably a dark green or who knows what color. So it's okay. And if you don't, that's perfect too. Like on the bottom you saw I didn't. On the top I have a little bit. I'm not worrying about it. Now I'm just going to give it a cut. I know that I'll have to cut more off. But again, I'm just going to set this up here in case I do, you know, want it or need it for my thing. And so far, you see, I don't understand why my camera, I must have my camera off for me doing something else. I don't know. It's like too, I'm so cranky. Okay. It needs to be up more. That's why. Because I had it closed for something I was doing. Okay, there we go. So there. So let's find the cap to my glue. Alright, so there we are so far. Now, we can do several things at this point. Again, like I said, I'm going to have to decide where I want her and what I want her to, where I want her to be at. So to sit and do too many background elements right now isn't going to help me. Because I don't know. Like, I need her on there and her hair done. So at this point, if you want to, and I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm going to tell you, I might just leave these two down here and not put any around the side to frame her. I haven't quite decided yet. I have to think on that. The next thing we're going to do, make your background on whatever you're going to use. It doesn't matter. But the next thing, stick my brush in there. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding her. Okay. I'm probably going to just do her a little bit off, and I'm not going to cover the music. She'll be above the music. And then doing her hair. Once I get her and her hair done with the molding paste, so I'll be gluing, you know, matter of fact, I could just glue her on now, honestly, because the next thing I'm going to be doing is her hair. So that's something you guys can do too, rather than watching me glue her on at the time and us waiting for her to dry. So I'm just going to use my glue stick. You can use white school glue with a little bit of water, you know, just to make it more workable. I don't know if I want these shoulders though. I think I'm keeping the shoulders. Something told me to draw them, and I'm just going to keep them. And I'm going to line that bottom with right at that line. Got some yuckiness from my thing on there. And I'm just going to push her down. If you want, you could set a book or another canvas on top of her for the time being. So it does stick. If you find places that maybe you didn't hit hard enough with the glue, you know, you can use, what's it called? Matte medium or any kind of Mod Podge, whatever. This is here, and I've used this 1,000 times to do this. Sometimes it can be more of a pain in the ass to stick because of the paint underneath. But, you know, if it gets too bad, like if it won't hold down, at least it gives me my place of where I want it, and then I can go under with my brush and my Mod Podge or my gel medium. Not going to be freaking out about it. Although this piece is making me, no, it's not making me freak out. I'm just going to clean off the side of my glue thing here. And maybe add a little bit down here. So maybe that'll help grab. Yeah, that worked. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, once I know she's fully dry on there, then I will we'll do the mixed, the molding paste. So yes, so put her on. I did the shoulders and all. I'm just pushing out some bubbles I see, and I'll probably have to go under like I see here. Might have to use a Q-tip. Q-tips are wonderful to have, and I'll show you why. You can even go to the dollar store and buy cheap ones. But if you just take a little bit of the glue on it and make a point and roll it like this, and you see right here it's not sticking, I can stick this and go all underneath and get more if I need it. And then go back and stick. You know, I can even run over it if I want, so it sticks down. But that does definitely help. I love using Q-tips in my art to help whether you're painting or whatever. Okay. Let me get some here that isn't gonna... Sometimes when you get like that, you might have to put it on the canvas itself because it's not the paper's fault, it's the canvas fault. Okay. So, as of right now, here we are. And you can see, here's my music, and then I just lined her up with that. If I was just going to do the neck, see if this is bothering me, it's going to bubble. I'm going to put a little bit more glue under there. Work yourself. Push that bubble out. And I'm not worried. Like I said, we can always go over it. And because it's water soluble, like a glue stick, you can wet your Q-tip on the other side if you get glue on your paint and then just dry it right off. And you can do that with the Elmer's or the white school glue or whatever. You know, if you overshoot with the glue, which I have a tendency to do. I know this needs a little bit more glue, and this has to be on the canvas because it's just not cooperating. And you just go around like that. No big deal. And like I said, you know, you wipe it off with your wet Q-tip and you just leave it sit. And then you know once you, I love the little orange specks in it. I wonder if you guys can see right now. Now I can see that I'm not liking this. I need this a little darker. So I might do a little green on there. But like if you look on there, can you see the orange specks from the bubble wrap? And all the other colors I've used it for kind of came off. It's really cool. So there we are so far without hair. Not bad. And it's very simple. And like I said, now we just let it dry. And when we come back, we're going to use, for those who made the molding, their own molding paste. There's a little glue right here. For those who made their own molding paste, we're going to be using that. For those who have molding paste, we'll be using that. If you don't, we can use white paint or gesso. It doesn't matter. It's just to get texture. And if you don't want to use anything, you don't have to use anything. Just cleaning up some glue spots I see. Need more glue under there. Now, I look at her and I think, I wonder if I want to make her eyes. I'm wondering, now that I'm looking at her, if I should take my paint and take that bottom eye off and make her more of a straight line. I don't know if I'm digging this line. So who knows, but when I come back, her eyes might be more of the flat, straight line. I'm thinking. But that is the next thing. And I will be more on top of them as you guys have been waiting. Like, I have this goddess and I don't know what to do with it. And I completely get that. It's, you know, but this is our next step. Definitely our next step. And I don't know why that bubble keeps coming back and won't glue down. But yeah, so, and if you ever, just for, you know, just for the hell of it, I'm going to tell you this. If you ever go to glue down, now you can paint your goddess on here. You don't have to do like I did. I do both ways. This way I find is easier for people who are just starting out, to draw several pictures and then pick the one that they like the best. You know, rather than drawing on, because, you know, you start your background, you do this two ways. You either start your background like I did, and then you go to draw her on, which is completely fine. And then you find you don't like her, and you're trying to erase her and redo her on your background. Or you keep her the way she is, and you don't like her, and then you're kind of screwed, you know, you're kind of screwed because you're not completely happy with her. Or you, which I've come across this a couple times, and like I said, sometimes I sit and I'll do a background and draw. It's like doing art journaling. However, with something like this, if you would put her down first, and then you say, oh, I really wanted to put the musical things on, or, oh, you know, like, then you have to do the background around this girl. You know what I mean? And it makes it harder, especially for beginners. Now, I've done it. It's not the worst thing in the world to do. I just find this way much easier for people because I sit and draw. I know a lot do sit and sketch in your sketchbooks. And then I pull out pictures that I love, and then I do paintings with them. So, you know, I find this the best way to do it for me. For you, you might want to draw this on here with a background or with no background or whatever. I say you do it the way you want to do it. I'm trying to give people the ideas, the way to start, the things to do. If you don't have bubble wrap, you can use your paper towel. You can use a rag. You can use whatever you have in your house. It doesn't matter. If you don't have anything that makes texture like this, paint your background the color you want. Spritz some water on it. Take a lid to your toothpaste or your deodorant or a body spray and then go like this through it. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Take a plastic fork. I have plastic forks here. I take and drag through to bring texture. You don't have to do it just like this. Okay? So, this is where we are. I would love for you to see you guys and what you guys have been doing. I love the fact that when I look at her, because of this texture, it kind of looks like hair because I'm making her have curly hair like me. And it kind of is kind of going with the flow with me, which I didn't even realize till I'm looking at her in the thing, and I'm really digging it. Down here, we will be putting some things. We'll be putting some things around here. If you have a certain quote that you like or a Bible verse or whatever you like, we have all this room. You know, once we get our hair done, you'll have room to put whatever you want. You can even put, I've even done, I think in my other goddess, I even put a quote in here. So we have a lot of options. So remember that. Nothing's wrong. Just do it. That's what's wrong is when you don't do it and you overthink it. Don't overthink it. Do it. Very easy. Very fun. I will, however, be doing a little bit of that green gold right here. Matter of fact, right now, because it's driving me crazy. Just a little drop. Take my Q-tip. Just kind of add that. I don't want to go too close to my paper. I'm just going to add that going up. On the edge where it missed, it'll just brighten up. Take some more. I peeled a little bit of that up. I need a little bit up here. And just kind of blend it in. Take it on the sides because we're going to make sure that the sides are covered. And then you have extra, so you can go through them bubbles that maybe have, you know, lifted up. You'll still see the bubbles. That's why Q-tips are so great because they hold a lot of paint, and I'm just going over them barely. So it's just not so stark white, but you still see the bubbles. You know? So I said, get creative and try things. You never know. And that's why I like to dry things in between on certain things. Other things I like to blend. But I want everything to show through. I want it to be like this. I love it. Love it. So that's where we're at. So exciting. And if you don't want to do music notes, do words. It could be random words. It doesn't matter. If you don't have any paper to use, and you don't have a newspaper or magazines or whatever, take pieces of printer paper and cut them to the width that you want and just do little doodles in there, you know, or write or do stamps, you know, lay them all four in a, like your pieces in a row, cut and then just stamp all over them and then cut them and add them. You do whatever you want, but this is how I'm choosing to do mine. So, last things. Okay. Yes, everybody is able to internationally and everything go for the ATCs swap for February. Again, I'm going to remind you, I'll put the link below. You must sign up underneath the ATC swap video. The video will be linked in the description below. So you just click on that. Takes you to the video. Watch it. It's a 10-minute video. And then you will write in the comments your name that you want to be in it and your email address. Josette Holland, yes, I have Inktense blocks and pencils, and yes, you can use them on fabric. They're fantastic. Maybe I'll do a demo on that sometime, but yeah, they're absolutely, I have the blocks and the pencils. Love them. Love them, love, 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 love. And Judy Corona wrote about doing, I believe about doing the goddess, that she wants to do the goddess. And if you go back a few videos from here, you'll see where we started by drawing the goddess and then up to painting the flesh color and picking the eye color and how we got to just having her. And then this is the next video where we're adding her to our substrate. I believe that's what you asked. Stampa Rose and Mona Montgomery sent me pictures that I absolutely loved. And I believe I wrote back to both. And they emailed me them and I love them. And I want to thank you guys so much because I love the sharing. Love, 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 love. And my goodness, I have 2,020 subs now. All of a sudden, like I was like 20 away from 2,000 and I went up at 40 like in 3 days. I don't even know if it's been 3 days. So I want to welcome all my new subbies. I want to welcome you guys. I'm very thankful for all my subs. Anytime you ever want to see anything, or if you want me to try to break down and show a homemade like a product that you can buy at the store, but a homemade version of it, because a lot of us can't go out and buy, you know, all the nice craft stuff that I would love to buy. Let me know. Or if you want to see a certain clay demo or certain mixed media thing or drawing or anything like that, always just ask and let me know. I know that I have quite a few of you guys who have asked me for things, but as you guys know, I'm trying to you know, keep up and keep track of all those. The past few months have been a little hellacious, so I'm trying my best. And but I want to thank all you guys. New giveaway is going to be up soon, and our ATC swap for February, which we have a lot of people, so I'm thrilled to death. So that is it. So look for our next video and our goddess video, where we will be putting down our, which I probably should have done this video, but it'll make it too long. Putting down our molding paste as our hair. If you're following along with me. And as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And if you found me by accident or you were scrolling through or whatever, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to me. If you can't find the subscribe button, you can always go to my main page by clicking my name underneath my video, Kelly Donovan. It'll take you to my main YouTube page. And on that page, I have everything categorized. So if you only like polymer clay, you can see all my polymer clay videos. If you only like the mixed media, you can see all my mixed media videos. If you only like art journaling, you can see all my art journaling videos. So they're all separated because some people don't like mixed media, some people don't like polymer clay, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of separated it for y'all. So all you have to do is click my name, and it'll take you to my main page, and you can see all that there. I have quite a few of polymer clay videos. So for those of you who are writing me and love to see my polymer clay videos, there's many more, and I have many more in the works. And remember, the ATC link is below. And I think that's all I had today. So I hope you all are having a great weekend. Any questions, as always, just ask. I love comments. If you like this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I love getting thumbs up, so I know that I'm still, you know, that people are still interested. And again, as always, let me know how you guys are doing on there. And check out All Things Creative on Facebook and join. The link is in one of my prior videos, but you can just look up All Things Creative on Facebook and you'll find my group and just ask to join. So that's it. I hope you all have a great weekend. And if you're getting snow like we are, I hope you guys stay safe and create. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.